Hey, welcome to the man cave. We got the air conditioner on. It's like 95 degrees out there. Deacon likes being in here. So in this episode, is it I think number 5? We'll double check. We're going to put on this Vanasche case saver system, part number KTM 690-CS, in this wonderful looking orange. The tools we're going to need is I've got an 8mm and a 10mm T-handle. So let's go see what's involved on this. In case you're wondering, I'm starting easy and working our way to harder. And generally it's less expensive when you start at the first video before we work our way to the other videos, of which there are going to be many. So let me put this down somewhere. First thing I'm going to do is loosen the screws that hold the existing cover. So I think it's slightly different. It shouldn't be though, now I think about it. One thing I did, let me take these things off. You see right here, I used a hole saw and I cut a big opening on my other 690. Let me show you that. Reason was, I was in Mexico and I was leaking oil, and I forgot to torque the countershaft sprocket down, and you could actually wiggle it back and forth. So from then on, once I realized I wasn't collapsing the O-ring very well and it created an oil leak, I cut this big hole in the side in order so that I could see if my nut is coming loose. That's something you could do real easy with an 1.5 inch diameter hole saw. So back to this. Okay, we're taking this as a 10mm bolt here. $8mm. Spin that thing out of there. There you go, isn't that pretty? So the stock sprocket has this rubber damper that the chain runs around. If you change, you go to a 14 or a 16, your sprocket won't have that anymore. I'm pretty sure, and I don't know for certain, that this is a 15. I'll have to look at the spec. So anyway, so how are we going to do this? This part, let's see, this part here, it comes with its own bolts. I think they have to be a little bit longer. And it's got spacers on there. So if you were to compare the two of these things, right, of what's going to happen, does it go like that? Does it go like that? I don't think so, because you see how this is hitting there. So if you do it like this, it'll seem to fit in there better. And because just using deductive reasoning, see this gap between here and the base? I think what that's telling me, that's what these two spacers are all about. Especially since these two spacers are on these other screws. So okay, time out. Down on my knees again. So this top screw gets used. This one normally gets used on this one, but the Vanasche comes with an extra hole, so that means we have to pull this screw off of the clutch slave cylinder. Yeah, it makes it a little easier. Okay, using a piece of plastic so I don't scratch this up. To set those standoffs in there. Well, that was interesting. Look how far that one went down in. This one is sticking out farther than that one. It's because it looks like there's a relief here and not there. Whew. Here's the screws. There you go, like that. I'll come back and put a torque wrench on these things. All right, well, that looks pretty cool. So we've just replaced this part. I probably should have weighed it. That will just take this extra hardware they've got. Okay, another successful part that we just added on. And thank you, Vanasche Motorsports.